Hi, hello students. Hope you're doing well. And I welcome you to the second part of the video on havoc of flood. In the previous video, some part of the lesson was presented with audio visuals. In today's, we'll continue with the remaining of the havoc of flood. In yesterday's discussion, we finished up to here. The people had never experienced before such a trauma and loss of property, but the government did not have sufficient number of boats and men to help them. The authorities estimated about 40,000 people had taken shelter on the rooftops. Okay, here we have ended the previous video presentation. From there, we will continue. The floods inundated about 60 villages all over the district. Many of them completely submerged. See here, inundated means fill and submerged. Okay, gone under water. Many of them, many of the villages have completely gone under the water. Much of the misery was caused by the Tungabhadra and the Handrinivar rivers, the tributaries of the Krishna. Much of the misery, much of the problem is caused by the Tungabhadra and Handrinivar rivers. Okay, because they overflew and discharged a massive quantity of water, and that caused the inundation of the several places in Karnool district. And they are tributaries of the Krishna River. Several places, including Mantralayam, the seat of Raghavendra Swami Mutt, were under a sheet of 10 feet of water for 4 days. Several places, including, see this one, Mantralayam, the real clip of Mantralayam, submerged in water. And this water remained like this, like you see, for 10 days. A complete sheet of 10 feet of water for 4 days. Okay. And this Mantralayam, a place in Karnool district, is famous for Sri Raghavendra Swami temple. Many pilgrimages are made to this place. Many pilgrims go there. And Mutt is a religious gathering. Okay, okay. So we'll proceed. Next, the government was forced to seek the help of the army and the navy. Okay, the government was not able to tackle the problem or tackle the relief operations in the Karnool district. So it wanted the help of the army and the navy. That is the meaning of this one. The government was forced to seek the help of the army and the navy. Army, I suppose you know, okay, aeroplanes, navy, ships. Okay, one of the IAF, Indian Air Force helicopters, requisitioned by the government, rescued 15 farmers trapped in a swollen stream in a daring operation. So this is a okay clip. This is the photo is from a real situation where IAF, Indian Air Force helicopter, rescued some people. So the IAF helicopter was requested by the government of Andhra Pradesh, and that helicopter rescued 15 farmers trapped. They were not able to come out. They were trapped in a swollen stream. Okay, swollen. You have come across this word in the poem "River." Swollen means big, big river, a big river, swollen stream in a daring operation. Because if this helicopter was not deployed to rescue them, they would have lost their lives. This Sumkesula barrage across the Tungabhadra breached to two places as it could not discharge the massive flood. Sumkesula barrage or a barrage across the Tungabhadra breached, see breached, opened at two places as it could not discharge, as it could not allow the passage of water under the barrage. So it breached the bank of this barrage was breached at two different places because it could not allow the passage of the water from under this massive flood, very huge flood. 30 relief camps were opened in Kurnool to provide food and shelter to at least 25,000 people rendered homeless. Not only 25,000 people, many more have become homeless. They have lost their home. Okay, that's why 30 relief camps were opened in Kurnool so that these are people who became homeless get food and shelter. Many people lost everything they had, their houses, okay, everything, their property, the near and dear ones. Apart from seeking the help of the army and the navy, okay, they sought. The seeking is a continuous tense verb form, and a sought, S-O-U-G-H-T, is the past tense form, okay, of a seeking. The government of Andhra Pradesh sought the help of the army and the navy. And along with that, the government requested the personnel, requested people employed, okay, people, staff of the Disaster Management Response Force, DMRF, Disaster Management Response Force. Okay, government requested army, navy, and requested people because they are skilled at rescue operations. Not everyone. Okay, disaster management response force staff were requested to come and help, and they were there in Arcona. But this disaster management response force is a central government organization. It is not state governments. Disaster management, but they are in each state. So, since Kurnool is close to Tamil Nadu, geographically speaking, Andhra Pradesh government might have requested this Tamil Nadu disaster management response force personnel to come and help. And they requested, the government of Andhra Pradesh requested a transport aircraft for transporting people from one place to another because roads are damaged, railways are damaged. There is no other way except airway. So they wanted a transport aircraft, 30 inflatable boats, 30 inflatable boats that can be filled in air. That is the meaning of inflatable boats that can be filled with air so that can float on the water, and an equal number of fiberglass boats. Okay, all these they wanted to rescue the people of Kurnool. The pathetic plight was that the people of the villages hurried to safer places for their lives. Pathetic, sad situation, sad condition was that the people were hurried to safer places for their lives, leaving everything they had. That is the pathetic plight, leaving everything they had. That is the saddest part. What is the part? Saddest part is leaving everything they had, houses. Because okay, some people can come and just steal something, properties, lands, and cattle. Okay, cattle. Okay, who will look after them if people are not there? So that is the sad part. They have to leave their house, property, lands, and cattle. Heartrending sights welcomed them when they were back home after flood catastrophe. Heartrending sights, heartrending, very, very sad scenes welcomed them. See, for example, the house is collapsed, okay, and everything is in okay, mud, 2 feet deep mud. When they were after the flood catastrophe, destruction. Poor cattle, cows and calves, cows cows. The young ones of cows are calves. This is the plural form of calf, calf. Cows and calves, buffaloes and bullocks, and other domestic animals, unaware of what was to come. They don't know what was going to happen for cattle. They did not know. Then they were not tied in their sheds, fastened in their sheds, tied. Okay, they had to die. Oh, pitifully. They had to die. There is no other. They could not relieve themselves from the leash. The grief struck people stood aghast. The grief struck. They were struck by great sadness. And they were shocked. They were shocked to see their paddy fields. And their paddy fields were about to be reaped. They are about to be cut. And that when it almost is ready for catching, the massive floods destroyed it. So the grief-struck people stood aghast at the paddy fields which were about to be reaped engulfed by the massive floods. Okay, this is the okay. Picture speaks more than any explanation. The government officials and the voluntary organizations that arrived at the spot witnessed the badly damaged roads, railways, and collapsed bridges. I hope, okay, you understand better than any explanation. And uh, okay, I want to remind you that these are real pictures that happened, real pictures of the havoc created in the Karnool district. The government sent relief teams as early as possible to distribute the emergency supplies like food, drinking water, and clothing among the flood survivors. Okay, otherwise they were taken to relief camps, but if they are unattended to, many deaths can occur in the relief camps because how long can they survive without food? So immediately, as early as possible, okay, to distribute emergency relief supplies, food, drinking water, and clothing among the flood survivors. The relief teams reached some of the worst hit areas and found that the people had lost their whole lives. Okay, the relief teams found that the people who are waiting to receive help realized that they have lost everything, their whole lives, their memories. Now everything is washed off in the floods. Their memories are lost, homes are lost, and the loved ones also. The floods not only destroyed the property, but also the life of both the animals and the human beings. Thousands of people were misplaced from their homes. See, for example, in the previous paragraph, we read that okay, they were rushed to safer places. Okay, family members do not know who is where. That means they are misplaced and no way of communicating. They will not have phones or something else. All of them were in need of food and drinking water. They were looking on with wide open eyes for some help to meet their needs. So these people, in the most helpless situation, were waiting for somebody to help. See this. See this one relief, food relief in the Kannur district. Okay, International Animal and Bird Welfare. This NGO organization. Really. Okay, these are real clips of people helping. No sooner had the relief teams arrived there than their joy knew no bounds. Okay, they were more than happy when a relief teams arrived to help them because they were just eagerly waiting, very badly, some in need of help. A sigh of relief rejuvenated their faces. When they saw relief teams, their faces shone with happiness. The people were given food, bed sheets, lungis, wraparound skirts worn by men or women. That is the meaning of lungi. And towels. Some of them were half naked. People have lost their clothes. Okay, no sooner had they received the clothes than they expressed their gratitude with the pull down faces of two sleepless nights. Okay, in a previous paragraph, we have read that they have lost everything. Okay, so they have lost everything, means everything. They have lost even their clothes. Yes, so that's why they are. Some of them are half naked. There's only little closer to cover themselves. So when they received clothes, they expressed their gratitude, thankfulness, with the pull down faces, tired looking faces, tired looking faces, because they spent two sleepless nights. That's why, okay, they were with the pull down faces. They got some help, and they were very happy. One of the sufferers of the flood was a widow of a well past 40. Of all the people suffered in a Karnool floods, this widow of a 40 years and above age, she was the worst sufferers. She had four children. Widow means husband dead. No sooner had the relief teams visited this family than they bitterly cried and held on to the members of the team, sharing their problems with the tears rolling down the cheeks. When relief teams reached out to this widow and her four children, she began crying uncontrollably, and she just shared the problems that she faced. Okay, the problems that she faced was she said that when the surging waters rushed into her tiny mud shack, when the sudden rush of water came into her tiny small mud hut, mud made of mud hut, the flimsy, the weak structure collapsed. She and her four children had to flee, run away for a shelter to a roadside. Because if they are there, they will also be washed out. They had, okay, she ran to roadside, and that where water is not there. And that the roadside is situated above the water level. Okay, that is a high place where she and her children took shelter. For 2 days they waited there because there she cannot go anywhere from there. So for 2 days, she stayed there with her four children without food to eat and water to drink. For 2 days, she said that she had to watch her young children suffer. Okay, nothing is more saddening than a mother seeing her children hungry, suffering. She does not know what to do, because she cannot give anything to them. The relief team brought her and her four children to a flood relief distribution camp, which was being organized by the government in Kurnool. So they rescued her. Otherwise, she would have been with her four children. She would have died. There she received. This is the woman. There she received blankets and other supplies her family needed. She felt that the help came as a great relief in her utter despair. Help came when she needed the most, or she lost all her hope. She lost all her hope that she will ever live again. At this time, some people came and helped her. Many private donors were moved. They were affected deeply. They became sad on seeing her children and her condition. They provided the mother with some rice. They gave rice, corn, some pots, and pans for cooking, some vessels. Pots means don't think earthen pots. Okay, vessels for cooking. They also constructed a temporary shed for her family, because she herself cannot make any house for herself. So they built a temporary shed for her family. She expressed her gratitude, expressed her thankfulness with a beaming face, with a shining face, saying that she would remain ever thankful for the help she received. All that she can do to the people who helped her is being grateful, being thankful. That's all. She cannot do anything more than that. Help always pays gratitude. The meaning of this expression is that if we receive help, we 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 are grateful. We are thankful to the person who helped us. So that is the end of a presentation on the A reading of fifth unit, Havoc of Flood, and we will see with question answers and other items in the next video. Until then, bye bye.